But do you think it should be easier? You believe it should be easier?
No, I think that media has to do their job. They have to actually, they need to get the facts
wait a
right.
second.
Because
Wait.
we were right. And that's always wrong.
It was wrong, but guess what else was wrong? All the polls of 2022. And none of those pollsters are...
They were all wrong.
And you were wrong in 2022, Scott, because you said there was going to be a red wave.
I never said that. I never said
Twitter,
that.
do your thing, run the clips, because people said that there was going to be a red wave, and there wasn't. And so when you make predictions, which is what we get paid to do, is to read the tea leaves and determine, it is not something that should rise to the occasion of litigation.
You know what, Scott, how many campaigns have you done? I've done 100 million, and probably you have too, right? Every time you get a bad poll, are you supposed to sue the pollster now?
It's not about the poll. It's not about the poll. But look what happened. It came out from a person who has a lot of credibility. Virtually every single panel I was on for the last week of the campaign led with, well, look at this poll out of Iowa. So it wasn't the poll. It's the second, third, and fourth order narrative.
Listen. The number.
I'm sorry. And it's just
speech. So what? So what?
It's free speech.
What about Scott? I mean, what about free speech? I mean, I thought that this was the Republican Party of say what you want. Let's debate it in the public square. Like, let's have the conversation. Now let's only have the conversation if you're 100%. Prescient and correct in that moment. It was a bad poll. It was a wrong poll. The media discussed it. So what?
Do you know what I'm so tired of, Scott? The #1 cable news network, Fox News. The #1 paper by circulation, the Wall Street Journal. #3 paper by circulation, the New York Post. #1 person on the radio, Sean Hannity. The #1 person on the podcast, Joe Rogan. All of these people are Trump supporters. What media are you talking about that's anti-Trump?
You're not familiar with the anti-Trump media?
You're not familiar with the fact that you guys control for everything
of
from
all
podcasts?
the things I've heard you say out here, that might be the nuttiest.
Scott,
I mean, believe me, there's plenty of anti-Trump media.
She's trying to pay you.
I'm trying to pay conservatives. What I'm basically trying to say is that you guys have taken over the airwaves. You guys have taken over the radio airwaves. You guys have taken over podcasts. You guys have taken over pretty much, and now you're sitting here complaining because all you guys do is whine and complain. Your entire raison d'etre is to have grievances. You don't actually think about leading. You just think about having grievances against the media.
I'd like
against
to add
anybody
a
who's
grievance
anti-Trump.
if I could.
Because I can keep going here.
Just another grievance is that Republicans are frustrated. They feel as though the media has been out against them. Some of that is social media. Some of that is influencers. Some of that is just false narratives. And I think that this poll was just sort of the final straw, and people felt like it was somehow deliberate. That there was a deliberate attempt.
That's the word of the day, deliberate. What happens when it was deliberate? That's the whole point that Donald Trump is trying to explore right now. What happens when that deliberate fake poll comes out and does actually alter? Now, by the way, you forgot about X, you forgot about Truth Social,
Thank you. Yes,
and so
thank
on.
you.
But what happens when it is deliberate? And that's why I believe that ABC ended up folding, because they did not want discovery to take place.
Yeah.
There's no other reason, as far as I'm concerned.
They folded because they wanted to suck up to Donald Trump.
We got to go. Michael Cohen, thank you for joining us.